The slave auction on Proxima Station reeked of desperation and disinfectant. Emma watched from her position near the environmental controls, her human eyes tracking the procession of beings shuffled across the platform. Most were Vraxian, tall, crystalline creatures whose homeworld had been glassed by the consortium 3 cycles ago. She shouldn't be here. Humans were still considered a curiosity in this sector. Their recent emergence into galactic society met with equal parts fascination and disdain. But Emma had learned that curiosity opened doors and she needed those doors open. Next lot, the auctioneer's translator chirped. 2 Vraxian females, bonded pair, must be sold together. Emma's attention sharpened. The first Vraxian girl stumbled onto the platform, her crystalline skin clouded with malnutrition. She held the hand of a smaller one, barely more than a child by Vraxian standards. The younger one's color had faded to almost gray. Starting bid, 50 credits, the auctioneer announced without enthusiasm. Vraxians were flooding the market. No one wanted them. The older girl's eyes scanned the crowd with frantic intelligence. When her gaze landed on Emma, something shifted. She saw the human clothing, the unauthorized presence, the careful way Emma stood apart from the legitimate buyers. Then the Vraxian did something unprecedented. She pointed directly at Emma and spoke in broken standard. "Sell me to that human." "The fat, ugly one." The crowd erupted in chittering laughter. Emma felt her face flush. Though at 200 pounds by Earth standards, she was perfectly healthy. Out here among the spindly, efficient aliens who considered excess mass wasteful, she was enormous. "Please," the girl continued, desperation cracking her voice. "Whatever human wants, I do. My sister, she needs food. Humans have food. Fat humans have lots of food." The auctioneer's mandibles clicked in amusement. "The lot speaks. How entertaining. Any bids?" Emma's jaw clenched. She had exactly 73 credits to her name, scraped together from maintenance jobs and repair work. She'd come to gather intelligence on the trafficking routes, to report back to the Human Coalition's nascent anti-slavery task force. She hadn't come to buy anyone. 50 credits, Emma said, her voice cutting through the laughter. The auctioneer's eyes widened, all 6 of them. "We have a bid." "Any others?" Silence. No one wanted 2 mouths to feed, especially Vraxians who required expensive mineral supplements. "Sold to the human." "My name is Lyra," the older Vraxian said once they were away from the platform. "This is Kessa, my sister." Emma knelt down to the child's level. Kessa's eyes were enormous, her crystalline structure so dull it barely refracted light. "When did she last eat?" 6 days. "The nutrients they gave us," Lyra's voice broke. "They gave them to me. To keep me strong enough to sell. I tried to share, but..." "Stop." Emma pulled a nutrition bar from her jacket. Human food, dense with calories and minerals. She broke it in half and handed both pieces to Kessa. "Eat slowly. Small bites." Kessa devoured it like it was salvation itself. "Why did you call me fat and ugly?" Emma asked Lyra conversationally. Lyra's crystalline features managed to convey shame. "In the holding cells we heard things. About humans. How your species hoards resources. How you consume more than you need. I thought..." She gestured at Emma's frame. "I thought if you had enough to make yourself large, you would have enough to spare." For Kessa, Emma surprised herself by laughing. "Where I'm from, I'm considered average. Healthy even. But you are human," Lyra insisted. "Humans are, the stories say you are terrifying. That you come from a death world. That you survive things that would kill any other species. That you're..." She searched for the word, "excessive, in everything." "Death world?" Emma raised an eyebrow. "Earth. Gravity twice the standard. Rotation that creates violent weather. Predators everywhere. And humans evolved on top of the food chain." Lyra's voice held a mixture of fear and hope. If anyone could keep Kessa alive, it would be a human. Emma understood then. The auction house had been full of species that valued efficiency, that saw survival as a mathematical equation. But Lyra had bet everything on a different calculation, human stubbornness. "I'm not going to keep you," Emma said quietly. "I'm going to help you get free. Both of you." Lyra's crystalline structure flickered with confusion. "But you bought us. 50 credits, that is not nothing for a human doing repair work in this sector." "It's not nothing," Emma agreed. "But humans? We're excessive, remember? Excessively stubborn about things like freedom and dignity." She pulled out her communicator and contacted her partner, Elijah, who was waiting on their ship. "I've got 2 passengers. Vraxian. One needs immediate medical attention." Elijah's voice crackled back. "Emma, we're intelligence gatherers, not a rescue operation. Now we're both. Get the medical bay ready. You spent our emergency fund again, didn't you?" "Every credit," a long sigh. "Humans, fine, bringing the ship around." Emma looked at the 2 sisters. Kessa was already looking healthier, her crystalline structure beginning to catch light again. Lyra was staring at Emma with something like wonder. "What happens to us now?" Lyra asked. "Now? We get you to human space. Get Kessa proper nutrition. And then we teach you that being fat and ugly by alien standards means being strong enough to help others." Emma smiled. "Welcome to the human definition of excessive. Excessively caring, excessively stubborn, and excessively unwilling to leave anyone behind." As they walked toward the docking bay, Lyra whispered, "The stories were wrong about humans." "How so?" "They said you were terrifying. They didn't say you were kind." Emma thought about that. About Earth, where humans had clawed their way to the top of a brutal ecosystem and then decided to protect everything they'd once competed against. Where excessive meant food banks and hospitals and strangers helping strangers. "Maybe," Emma said. "We're both." Behind them, Proxima Station continued its trade in lives. But 2 lives had just been removed from that equation by the simplest, most human of calculations. If I can help, I must. And in the galaxy's cold mathematics, that made all the difference. ND